shooting star ASMR. Hello. Are you okay? Yeah. You're a bit tired now. Okay, no worries. I've turned the TV off now, so I think that's enough Heartstopper for tonight. What do you think? Yeah. Okay, well, we can watch the film tomorrow if you want. Yeah, great. Sorry, my stomach is making noise. Okay, well, what do you say we get ready to go to bed? Yeah, okay. Well, I think I've brushed mine. Have you brushed yours? You have. Perfect. That's great. So I think that's all you really need to do, right? Yeah. You're going to do your skincare in the morning. That sounds perfect. Sounds perfect. No worries, no worries. Well, what would help you sleep the most? Yeah, I can do that. That's okay. Yeah, I can do that for you. Okay. Well, I can show you my light. Isn't this thing cool? I got it from Amazon. You've got like a little clip here, and then there's like a rubber back to it so that it stays on the page. And the charge lasts forever, honestly. Put it on. Go bright. This is the lowest setting. It gets brighter as well. I'll hold it over here. See, isn't that cool? Even the lowest setting is still pretty bright. But I thought that I could read my book with the light so that I don't blind you by turning the light up over there. What do you think? Yeah? Okay. I'll do that. The charge lasts forever as well. Like, I've literally used this so many times and it's still on 4 dots. Okay, well, I'm gonna read a little bit for you, just a couple of chapters. This is the book that I'm reading. It's called Sunburn. Have you read it? Okay, that's fine. It's a new one for both of us. I'm on chapter 3, so I hope you don't mind that I've already read a little bit to help you. You don't mind? That's good. That's good to know. Okay, I'm just going to read a little bit and then hopefully you'll fall asleep. Okay. March 1990. Here the days drip by as slow as half-melted candle wax. Time is hard and soft at once in Crossmoor. It is the meeting place of the old world and the new, I think. Once it was a big and important town with a train track and a heaving mart, I have heard. There are plenty of young people, plenty of opportunities for them. Grandparents and nuns like to remember it. They tell stories so well that I remember this version of Crossmoor without ever having lived in it. There are 2 photographs of that old Crossmoor in St. Joseph's Secondary School, one showing a steaming train with windows full of passengers waving, and the other showing crowds in the centre of the village. That Crossmoor is very far away now. I sometimes wonder if the rest of the world even knows that we are still here. There is no need to come by anymore. The train has stopped running, and the track has been eaten by grass and wildflowers. The mart has been relocated. There are more thorn bushes than people. Soon the sprawling farms around us will be halved and sold and split between children, and halved and sold again. And the city people will come and buy up that land, and they smelling around all the time. This is one of the few things Granny and I agree on. They must all be hiding, she said. And sometimes, still I wonder what ditch or ruin they are in, and if they would let me join them. I suppose it's nice to live somewhere quiet. To me, I think a city would be an overwhelming melting pot. Dad likes to remind us that there is no chance of a bombing in a place as far away as Crossmoor. It's safe, it's airtight in a place so small. There isn't much room for wild thinking or ambition that can be a comfort. We may have been born unique, but the village blends us all into one person. We are superstitious, religious, traditional, that's all. The only difference is between us are slight. There are Protestants among the Catholics, there are rich among the poor, those who have children and those who can't. The only true deviance from morality in Crossmoor is Catriona O'Shea, Suzanne's mother. She is the stray that we all recoil and marvel at. She lives at the closest thing Crossmoor has to a big house, with no mortgage and no obvious income and no husband at home. A rural socialite is a funny thing to be. I wonder how she copes with the attention. Her life has always been scandalous, which makes Susanna's life sadder and more dazzling than the rest of ours could ever hope to be. Them O'Sheas are no Catholics, Mother says, as though it levels her and Catriona out. When I compare Catriona to Mother and other women in Crossmoor, I don't know which of their lives I should be aiming for. What is worse, to be remarkable or unremarkable? I wish I had never noticed that we girls replace the women, and the boys seamlessly replace the men, and that we all follow a pattern. I ought to follow the pattern, to bask in all the wonderful security it provides. But then I see Catriona disregarding patterns. Look what that has left her with, a buzzing social life, endless glamour. Something about it is sad to me, if not sad, then certainly scary. When I was young, I never imagined there might be anything beyond the horizon. This was the only sort of life that ever made sense to me. Now I wonder if I could go somewhere else, somewhere that is busy, without thorn bushes, with functioning train tracks, a place that does more than buzz on the coast of once being important, as our village does. Imagine a place where I could scream and not be heard, and fail and not be seen. A place where my insignificance would not hurt, because everyone would be insignificant. That is not where I am. Here, every breath is heard, every evil thought is known. It might be beautiful to look at, but it is abysmal to exist in, a sweet, sad dream, and while I could think of a million places that I would rather be, I fear that I will never have the nerve to leave. I fear that Crossmoor is too deep in me, and I would not know how to exist anywhere else. Everybody is frustrated when they are 15, I know, but knowing this doesn't ease my frustration. It feels as though I am an island apart from everybody else. Perhaps we are all islands apart from each other. Perhaps everyone else feels foreign in their hometown too. Yes, perhaps we are all just islands, as wild and merciless as each other, separated by our countless defects. Perhaps there is no remedy for it, and all we can do is learn which parts of ourselves to deny and which parts to bring into the light. We have mothers at home and fathers out working. We all have votive candles on the kitchen windowsill, and masses of siblings to get lost in. Outwardly, we are all living the same life, but inwardly, I hope everybody has as many private crises as I do. My father, like most Crossmoor fathers, is on the farm all day and in bed all night. He comes in for his dinner, sparkling with rain and smelling of sweet silage and sweat, his hands swollen and caked with grey dirt. is a good father. We just seem to drift past each other. My mother, like most Crossmore mothers, is in the house all day. She doesn't think that she gets enough thanks. Maybe she's right, although the boys model themselves on Dad. They look so like her. The four of them have the same gently sloped noses and soft eyes that make them look disappointed even when they're not. Even little Padraig, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, is starting to resemble her. I don't think they realise how close to mother they are, especially when they take such care to replicate everything Dad does. Taj, especially. He has embodied all of Dad's mannerisms, the way he answers the phone, the way he stands, the way he jokes. Even when Dad is cold in the ground, he will still be out working the fields as long as Taj is around. He has started to do the evening milking on his own so that Dad can come in and watch the news. One day he will inherit the farm. It isn't a secret, it isn't a dream, it is a custom that Dad won't allow to fade, whether he wants to or not. Taj will be a farmer until he dies. It might not sound... It might make us sound very grand that there is land to be passed down, but the fields are very rocky, and so the cows never fatten as well as they could, and so they don't milk as well as they should. Even when Dad has gotten different poles in, the cows never turn out much good. It all goes back to the land. Every Christmas Eve, Dad tells us a story that we were told as a child about the old tenants of the farm who were evicted from the land after the famine. He says that the daughter of that family put a curse on the land so that it would fail anybody who took it after them. When the new tenants came in, relations of my father from generations ago, rocks had come up through the earth and rendered the fields useless. Mother leaves the room when he tells this story. She doesn't believe it, but she is afraid of it. Sure, you're all talk. How could any woman make rocks come up out of the earth? She calls it from the kitchen, trying to make Dad shut up, and when she thinks we can't see her, she quickly blesses herself. A curse probably couldn't turn the fields to rock, but it's a very easy way of explaining the cow's poor yield. Stories like that carry weight, even when nobody really believes them. They are taken as a sort of fact. Taj is getting a cursed farm that doesn't make half the money it's worth. We aren't as grand as we might appear. Isn't it convenient that the career he wants most in the world will be gifted to him? Maybe if he didn't spend so much time on the farm, he and I would be closer. But as it stands, I don't know very much about him. He isn't mean to me, but he isn't kind. I suppose it's hard to be either when we are so distant. Even sitting across the dinner table from each other, I feel like an imposition to him. He treats me more like a flatmate than a little sister. In school, he spends his lunches with the smokers behind the hedges and in the bathrooms. Older girls will ask me, "Is it true that your brother is with Claire Hayes?" The name of the girl in question will change every so often, and I must pretend the reason I don't answer is because I am loyal to my brother. Not because I don't know a thing about his personal life. I think if we made the time to talk, we could get along very well. Maybe when we're older we will. For now, he is only a shadow to Dad, the same way I am trying to be a shadow to Mother. The girls come from families exactly like mine. Maria is the last of the Keeleys for the moment. My mother is the youngest of 7 daughters, and Maria is the same. Long ago that would have made her a healer, but these days it doesn't mean a great deal. With so many daughters, there is every chance that Maria's mother will try once more for a son. Emir has little sisters who we play with. Sometimes I like playing with them so much that I fear they are only humouring me, when it should be the other way around. Susanna's brothers are long gone from home, although they did promise to come back for her when they settled somewhere new. They have been gone for years. They have long since settled elsewhere, but still she clings to their promise, and she reminds us of it